In today's class, we are reading The Boy Who Cried Sheep by Laura North and Becca Moore. Stay to the end of the story because then we have some reading comprehension questions to test your understanding. Are you ready? Let's go! A young shepherd boy lived at the edge of a big forest full of wolves. Every day, he walked through the forest with a girl who wore a little red hood. She was terrified of wolves. Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her granny. The boy went to look after his flock of prize-winning sheep. The boy trained his show-jumping sheep every day. Little Red Riding Hood laughed at the boy and his jumping sheep. Look at him, he's not very happy, is he? One day, the boy went to play a trick on her to pay her back for laughing at him. The boy crept up behind Little Red Riding Hood and pretended to be a wolf. "Growl!" he said. "Help!" screamed Red Riding Hood. A group of villagers raced over. "It was only a joke," said the shepherd boy. The villagers grumbled and walked away. A few days later, he did it again. "Growl!" This time, Little Red Riding Hood screamed even louder. "Help!" The villagers ran over, huffing and puffing. "It's just a joke," the shepherd boy said again. The villagers all looked very annoyed. A few days later, the boy saw a real wolf at the door of Granny's cottage. "Wolf!" he shouted, but no one came. "Wolf!" he shouted louder. Still, no one came. The boy ran to the villagers. "Help! There's a wolf!" he shouted. "Stop playing tricks," the villagers said. The boy had cried wolf too many times and now no one believed him. He ran over to Granny's cottage. The wolf was already in Granny's bed. "What should I do?" he thought. Then he had a brilliant idea. "Sheep!" he cried at the top of his voice. Within seconds, his sheep came running. "Pyramid!" shouted the boy. The sheep jumped on each other's shoulders. The boy climbed up the sheep and onto the roof. "Sheep, follow me!" shouted the boy. He climbed inside the chimney. The sheep followed one by one. Inside the cottage, the wolf was licking his lips. "What big teeth you have, Granny!" said Red Riding Hood. Suddenly, thud! The boy fell down the chimney and landed on the bedroom floor. The wolf looked up in surprise. Thump, thump, bah! A pile of sheep landed in the fireplace. "We're here to save you," said the boy. He turned to his sheep. "Sheep, attack!" he shouted. The sheep jumped at the wolf and sat on top of him. The boy and his sheep took the wolf to the villagers, who now believed his story. The shepherd boy had learned his lesson and never cried wolf again. But you can often hear him shout sheep as he puts on a show for the villagers. Now let's go through some comprehension questions to test your understanding. Are you ready? The first question is, why did the boy try to scare Little Red Riding Hood? Was it A, she laughed at him? B, she loved being scared? C, she was his sister? Or D, she was really a wolf? What do you think? I'll give you a moment. The answer is A. She laughed at him and he was angry, so he scared her. Question 2. Why didn't the villagers believe the shepherd boy when he cried wolf? Was it A. He was in love with Red Riding Hood? B. He sounded happy when he said it? Or C. He had cried wolf too many times in the past? What do you think? I'll give you a moment. The answer is C. He had cried wolf too many times in the past. Very good. Next question, question 3. Who helped the shepherd boy save Little Red Riding Hood? Was it A, the granny? B, his mum? C, the villagers? Or D, his sheep? What do you think? I'll give you a moment. The answer is sheep. His sheep saved him. And finally, question 4. What did the shepherd boy learn at the end? Was it A, only ask for help when you really need it? Or was it B, try to trick people for fun? Or C, sheep are very useful? What do you think? I'll give you a moment. The correct answer is A. Only ask for help when you really need it. Don't tell lies or try to trick people. Very good. How many questions did you get correct this time? Let me know down below. If you got 4 out of 4, it means you got 100% and you're incredible. Now it's your turn. What do you think about this story? Let me know down below. Do you like it? And what is something that you learned from this story? Take some time to think about it, and when you're ready, I'll see you in the next lesson for some more learning fun. That's all for now. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.